They thought she was just an intel clerk, the kind of soldier who filed reports, checked maps, and stayed behind the front lines. But when a mission collapsed and her unit was trapped under fire, one woman's hidden skill with a sniper rifle turned the impossible into survival. This is the untold story of Corporal Aria Kane, the soldier no one expected, until the moment her precision rewrote the battlefield. Welcome to Truth Untwists, where we bring you the hidden stories of courage, strategy, and resilience that rarely make the headlines. If these stories matter to you, make sure to subscribe so you never miss one. The soldier nobody noticed. At Forward Operating Base Harrington, Corporal Aria Kane was as unassuming as they came. 5'5", soft-spoken, and always seen with a laptop tucked under her arm, she was assigned to intelligence support. Her job was to log intercepted communications, translate local dialects, and prepare reports for mission planning. To most, she was the intel girl. Not part of the action, not carrying the kind of reputation Rangers or Special Forces wore like armor. When soldiers swapped war stories in the chow hall, Aria's presence barely registered. But what nobody knew was that she had grown up in Wyoming, raised by a father who hunted elk across mountains where one bad shot meant an empty winter. By 15, she could hit moving targets across canyons most hunters wouldn't attempt. She never bragged about it. She simply carried the skill like a secret, folded away with discipline. The operation seemed straightforward. A small ranger detachment would capture a mid-level insurgent leader in a rural valley. Intel suggested light resistance, maybe a dozen fighters. The sniper team would provide overwatch while the assault team secured the target. Aria had flagged unusual chatter in the intercepted comms. Something about reinforcements, something about bait. She raised it in the briefing. The captain dismissed her concerns. "We'll be in and out before they even know we're there." Her warning was ignored. Night fell. The convoy rolled out under starlight, engines low, dust trailing like ghosts across the desert. Aria wasn't supposed to be there, but she had been added last minute as an interpreter. As they reached the valley floor, the first shots cracked from the ridgeline. Automatic fire erupted from positions far more fortified than the intel had suggested. Within minutes, it was clear. They were surrounded. The Ranger sniper set up to counter the high ground threat. But within seconds, a mortar round exploded near his perch. He was alive but badly shaken, his scope shattered, his aim gone. The overwatch that the team depended on was suddenly silent. Pinned in the open, options ran thin. The rifle nobody expected her to touch. The sniper rifle lay abandoned beside the injured marksman. Dust coated the scope. The bipod bent slightly from the blast. Every soldier's eyes darted to it, then away. Nobody wanted to say the obvious. Without a sniper, they were sitting ducks. Aria crawled toward it. The captain shouted, "That's not your weapon." But she ignored him. Her voice was calm, steady. "You need eyes on that ridge, sir. You don't have time to argue." She checked the chamber with the practiced ease of someone who'd done this 1,000 times in silence. Adjusted the scope with careful clicks. Settled into the prone position, her cheek resting on the stock like it belonged there. The captain froze. The other Rangers stared. But Aria wasn't looking at them. She was looking at the ridge. Her breathing slowed. The chaos of gunfire faded in her mind, replaced by the rhythm drilled into her since childhood. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. The shot cracked across the valley. The figure on the ridge dropped instantly. The firing slowed. For the first time in minutes, the Rangers lifted their heads. Nobody said a word. Aria cycled the bolt smoothly, eyes never leaving the scope. Another figure appeared 800 meters out, moving between rocks. She adjusted a fraction, exhaled, and fired. Same result. 2 shots, 2 confirmations. Confidence rippled through the team. The Rangers regrouped, moving with the precision of soldiers who finally believed survival was possible. Meanwhile, Aria continued her work, not rushing, not flinching, simply erasing threats one by one. Enemy positions that had pinned the unit melted away under her fire. Even when a machine gun nest opened up from the ridge, her third shot silenced it before it could sweep the valley floor. By the time quick reaction forces arrived, the enemy was in retreat. What should have been a massacre ended with the target captured and the Rangers intact. When the shooting stopped, the captain approached her. His voice, usually booming, was barely above a whisper. "Where did you learn to do that?" Aria didn't answer. She simply cleared the weapon, set it gently beside the wounded sniper, and picked up her interpreter's headset again. To her, the mission wasn't about recognition. It was about doing what had to be done. Word spread anyway. Soldiers who had overlooked her now looked twice. Some called her lucky, others knew better. In the after-action review, the captain acknowledged that her marksmanship had likely saved every life on the valley floor. Command tried to brush it off, labeling her actions as unconventional initiative. But those who had been there knew the truth. She had stepped into a role nobody believed she could fill, and she had done it flawlessly. The colonel overseeing the base asked her directly, "Why, Intel? With shooting like that, you could have been one of our best snipers." Aria only replied, "Because sometimes, the best advantage is being invisible until it matters." After that mission, soldiers carried themselves differently around her. The jokes about just intel disappeared overnight. Her quiet presence became a reminder that rank, role, or appearance didn't define ability. She never boasted, never told her story at the chow hall, never even hinted at pride. But when new soldiers passed her in the corridor, their salutes were a little sharper. Their eyes carried the respect born not from rumor, but from survival. The truth was clear. Corporal Aria Kane wasn't just support. She was proof that sometimes the soldier nobody notices is the one who saves the entire unit. Aria's story is a reminder that true strength doesn't always wear a patch or carry a title. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, waiting for the moment it's needed most. If you want more untold stories of courage, hidden skill, and the soldiers who defied expectations, make sure to subscribe to Truth Untwists. And if this story moved you, share it, because the world needs to remember that the quietest voices can echo the loudest when it matters most.